Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The Supreme Court of the State of Michigan is now in session.
May be seated. Good morning to you all. We're very happy to be continuing a relatively new tradition of the court having its opening of its new term here in the old Supreme Court chambers. I'm happy to recognize that our former Chief Justice Riley is with us, and if I've omitted anyone else, please forgive me. As a part of the tradition, the Michigan Historical Society, Supreme Court Historical Society, always helps us open this session. And it is my pleasure and privilege now to introduce Mr. Wallace Riley, who is the president of the society. And Mr. Riley, will you come forward?
Justice
Is up, and I see that former Chief Justice Brennan has just arrived. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Madam Chief Justice. Madam Chief Justice and Justices of the Michigan Supreme Court assembled here today for the opening of the court for the 2000-2001 term, members of the bar who are in attendance, and ladies and gentlemen. As the Chief has mentioned, for the past 6 years, the court has graciously shared this opening annual session of the court with the Michigan Supreme Court Historical Society, and has allowed us to present a brief ceremony to mark the occasion and to report to you on the work of the Society during the court year. The Society continues to market and distribute the Michigan Supreme Court Historical Reference Guide, which is a book researched and written by our 1998 Coleman intern, and which contains brief biographies and portraits of Michigan's first 100 justices. The book remains one of our proudest achievements. It is available by mail through the Society. It's available at the Michigan Historical Museum gift shop, and it's available in Michigan Law School bookstores throughout the state. Other continuing publication efforts include our quarterly newsletter, Society Update, the most recent issue of which, Fall 2000, has just been printed and is in your mail, and in fact is in front of you. We call your attention to page 1 of the update, reporting that 2 of your former colleagues, former Chief Justices Dorothy Comstock Riley and Mary Stallings Coleman, are honorees of the State Bar of Michigan. Chief Justice Riley received the Distinguished Public Service Award at the recent State Bar annual meeting, and Chief Justice Coleman will have a legal milestone dedicated in her honor on Friday, October 20th in Battle Creek. The Michigan Supreme Court Historical Society will participate in the legal milestone ceremony. In addition, we are continuing efforts on a brief general history of the court, which was written by our 1990 Coleman intern, Scott Noto. We hope to make this publication available and make it available to visitors who will be coming to the Supreme Court as a handout. In our modern-day technology-savvy world, it is no longer enough just to have a website. During the past year, we've continued to update and improve upon our website. Our website is www.micourthistory.org, so that website now offers a variety of information, such as it has biographies of all the past and current justices, accompanied by photographs or images of their court portraits. It has complete transcripts of all of the special sessions of this court. It has full electronic versions of the Society's quarterly newsletter, beginning with our first newsletter in 1997. It has membership and contact information, as well as information about the Coleman internship program. And it has other important links to other sites, including a reciprocal link with the court. We're still working to provide a searchable database as part of our online service, and we're continuing to add new information and improve the appearance and usefulness of the site. As a part of our maintenance of the historical portrait collection, the Society offered and affixed new nameplates to replace those nameplates that were either missing or had been scratched or damaged. The portraits which hang in Lansing are complete for the most part, and the new nameplates for portraits in Detroit and elsewhere will soon be re-tagged. You will recall that the Society previously inventoried and cataloged all the portraits by subject, by artist, by dates, and by location. So the nameplate project is simply a re-verification of those venues. The Decade in Review, our traveling exhibit, will arrive at its last stop on its tour of Michigan law schools later this fall, when it is set up for display at the newly formed Ave Maria Law School in Ann Arbor. The exhibit, which will have been displayed at all 6 Michigan law schools, will then begin a new tour that is yet to be determined, but it will be preserved for a stop at the new Hall of Justice when that structure is completed. In cooperation with Michigan State University's Vincent Voice Library, we are placing all of the oral histories that have been gathered to date on a comprehensive CD-ROM. We hope to provide portions of those interviews on our website. We continue our efforts to obtain oral histories from the former members of the court who have not yet been interviewed. While there were no portrait dedications during this past year, the Society has facilitated the establishment of portrait committees for Justices Boyle, Mallett, Brickley, and Chief Justice Weaver. And we look forward to presenting portraits of Justices Boyle, Brickley, and Mallett in the near future. This year's annual luncheon, which many of you attended, was held at the Detroit Athletic Club and featured a record-breaking attendance of over 140 guests. The legal vignette, delivered by your former colleague, now Detroit Mayor Dennis Archer, detailed the history of baseball's reserve clause in the 1940 case of Wiegum versus Killefer, which was decided in the Federal District Court for the Western District of Michigan, then sitting in Grand Rapids. As you can see, the Society, now in its 12th year, has remained active in the pursuit of the goals of preserving documents, records, and memorabilia, and relating to the Michigan Supreme Court, and producing publications, special events, and other projects which promote education and restoration. In the coming years, we look forward to the development of an educational program to assist both high school and junior high teachers with lesson plans on the role of the history of the Michigan Supreme Court. We are looking ahead to our next Coleman intern, and we are in the process of developing an adequate and interesting research topic for that individual. We are pursuing further exhibit opportunities for both the Year in Review exhibit and other potential displays. The website remains an area of focus for the Society, and we plan to continue to improve upon it. Before I close, I'd like you to allow me to introduce the members of our Board of Directors who are here today. Already met Thomas E. Brennan, George E. Bushnell Jr., Stuart Hoffius, John Lawrence Nolan, Roger Lane, Tom McNish, Charles Rutherford. Anybody else come in? Frank Kelly, and our honorary chairperson of the Society, Dorothy Comstock Riley. May I also present to the court, so that you'll be familiar with her, our new executive director, Angela Bergman. Look at that issue in front of you. You may have noticed that the cover and the inside contains all 3 women Chief Justices. Second page, we feature the outgoing, incoming women executive directors. You count them up, that's 5. I submit that that's ample evidence that the Michigan Supreme Court Historical Society is not just a guy thing. We'll continue our efforts, and we hope to continue to please the court. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Riley. On behalf of all my colleagues, the court is so grateful for the work of the Society and the very important and valuable activities of the Society. And we all, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for your work, and which is all volunteer work. I know that you members of the Society wish to have a meeting And so we will take a very short recess in order that everybody may go about their business, and this will give our attorneys a chance to get ready. So we're going to remain on the bench, but we'll have a short recess. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, I have my stuff. I thought you had 231.